Welcome, everybody, to the Heather and Hannah Show. We're so happy to have you with us. I have no idea what episode this is, but it's got to be in the 30s or so. What do you think, Hannah?
Yeah, definitely in the 30s.
How are you today, Hannah?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the weather. It's nice that it's starting to become like filled with flowers and sunny around here.
I
Took a
know.
while.
I know. It is so beautiful outside. Oh, my goodness. So, what do you think we should talk about today?
Do you want to do another stress management technique that we were talking about yesterday?
Oh,
Or breathing
that's,
technique?
yeah, that's right. We're going to do a breathing technique. Okay, wonderful. So, let's go ahead and get comfortable. Put your hands somewhere that are comfortable for you and close your eyelids if you're good with that. If not, you can direct your gaze downward. And then we're just going to go and bring our attention and bring it inside, checking in with ourselves. And the breath is such a great way to help de-stressify, working with the breath. So bring your attention to the breath. Just noticing the breath and the in and out. And it's a really interesting thing with the breath. When it's shallow, it means the body's a little more stressed versus if it's deep. And if the breath is more rapid versus slow, that means the body's in stress. So we want to slow the breath and we want to deepen the breath. And that's the approach to help the body relax, come out of any kind of stress response that might be going on, and go into the more calm what's called the parasympathetic nerve response, which is the more calm relaxation side. And so the big question is, well, how do we do that? Well, it turns out that a lot of people are like, oh, take in a deep breath, and they kind of use the inhalation to deepen the breath. But physiologically speaking, it's actually the exhalation that will help to deepen the breath. So what we're going to do just now is we're just going to take a gauge. I'll give us like 20 or 30 seconds. And you're going to gauge the breath in terms of the number of seconds that it takes to come in and then the number of seconds that it takes to go out. We're not trying to change it. We're just taking, like I said, a baseline measurement at this point. So just take about 20 seconds to do that, and I'll do that as well. So we're counting how long it takes to go in, how long it takes to go out. Okay. So mine was 3 in and 3 out. So to deepen the breath, all we're going to do is we're going to just add 1 or 2 seconds. If you were at maybe a 2, maybe you want to go to 4. If you're at a 3, that's pretty good. A 3 or 4, you want to maybe just go to a 4 or 5, add 1 more second on the exhalation only. And you're going to leave the inhalation to just do its natural thing. We're not going to mess with that at all or try to influence it. So we're just going to do an experiment where on the exhalation, we're going to just expand it a little longer, stretch out the time for the exhalation. And we'll do this for about maybe 45 seconds or so. So just go ahead and extend your exhalation only by 1 or 2 seconds, whatever you choose. And then leave the inhalation to do its own thing, happening naturally. And then if the exhalation starts to go longer on its own, you can go a little bit longer on that if you want to add a couple more seconds. Just push the air out. And go deeper, still letting the inhalation happen on its own. Okay, great job. Now just stop trying to influence the inhalation or the exhalation and just notice the breath. And count the seconds of the inhalation and the exhalation as it just normally goes on its own. Again, not trying to influence it at all. So my number is actually a 5 inhaling and a 5 exhaling. So for me, that deepened my breath. All right, so let's go ahead, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes gently, stretch if you feel like it, and then we'll do a quick touch in. Excuse me. So how was that for you, Hannah?
That was good. It's funny. So my normal breath was like probably 3 seconds in and out. But as soon as I start focusing on my breath, I switch to like yoga mode where it's 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. So it was like really natural for me to like take a long time breathing in and breathing out. But after I did that for a while, I think it was probably like 4.5 seconds in and out at the end. So it definitely lengthened it a lot.
So you went from 3 seconds to 3 seconds, but then you didn't use, it sounds like you didn't use the exhalation technique. You used a technique that you have that you remember from doing yoga.
Yeah, it's like funny because I was focusing on my exhaling, but like I subconsciously realized that like I switched to my old routine because it kept on being like 5 seconds exhaling. And what we do in yoga is 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. So it's like my brain was focusing on the exhale, but it switched to like an old routine.
That's really interesting. So, like the yoga practice that you have in the past, like your brain remembered that and took over. So, this actually, what we know about that is that the brain will start to form like new circuits and remember. If we do stress management techniques and tools, it'll remember and actually help us along the way, if that makes sense. It sounds like yours kicked in. So,
Yeah,
oh, so good. Oh, that was very relaxing.
it really was. And it's cool because I didn't know the whole thing about the exhaling being kind of like the main part to lengthen your breath and deepen it. Like I didn't know that. I always thought it was like your inhale. So that's cool to learn.
Yeah, there's Dr. Andrew Weil, Weil. He's an MD, and I think it's integrative medicine. Um, but a number of years ago, I learned all about his different breathing techniques. I think it was like 10 breaths for stress management or something. I can't remember, but if you look him up online, he has all these different stress management tools that are related to the breath. Um, and he talked about that in terms of the physiology of the breath and the lungs. So, all right, are you ready to get to work?
Yep, I am.
Let's do it.